What's the difference between everyday leadership and leadership during a crisis?
You know, when we first started out looking at this challenge, we thought there's going to be a distinct set of behaviors in crisis that are different from every day. What we discovered actually, it's a lot of the same core tools and techniques and skills, but taken to a much higher level. So if you think, many of us watched recently the comeback of Tiger Woods, right? He was one of the greatest golfers of all time. He plays on an 18-hole course, as does the average weekend golfer. He has the same, maybe a nicer set of clubs, but the same basic equipment, plays by the same basic rules. But he does it at a level much higher than the average person who's just whacking away at the ball on a Sunday afternoon. And that's sort of the difference. So it isn't that you're using a different set of tools, but it's you're able to deploy them and use them under high pressure, when the stakes are really high, when people are really looking at you. So you're able to take it to a much higher level. Because what we've often found is that people will take one of our courses or come to a seminar because they're attracted to crisis leadership. I've got to learn this. And about halfway through, somebody will say, I could probably use this stuff every day, couldn't I? It's like, you got it. Because it is high emotional intelligence, the ability to make decisions, the ability to communicate clearly. Those serve you well every single day. And you build them every single day, just the way an athlete practices and practices and practices. So when the crisis hits, you're ready to go.
It reminds me of drills. You often see a lot of first responders have these drills and will report, don't be upset if you see a lot of police activity around the airport. It's just a drill. So it's almost like every day is a drill until the emergency hits.
Right, you're building that muscle memory, you're building those basic skills, and that again is what when you look at fire or police who are running a drill, they don't want to have to figure it out in the middle of a real emergency. They want to know what to do and have those practice protocols. It's the same thing in your leadership. If you are with people every day with your team, how do you lead them effectively? How do you build trust? How do you build the channels of communication? How do you understand that ability to really get to know someone? You don't want to figure that out when all of a sudden you've lost your biggest customer or you're hit with a lawsuit or whatever the crisis happens to be. You want to be able to draw on that reservoir. You've been depositing leadership money in the bank, as it were, building up a balance. So when the crisis hits, you can draw that back out and use it.